Okay, so we are right now in the lesson number 1, module 2, practice with ChatGPT in quality management. In this lesson I will focus on the quality management system. My examples will be based on ISO 9001, but to be honest with you, you can use it for any kind of spec, any kind of requirements from aviation, AS 9100, to the food industry, AJCCP, or automotive, FAUDA 6.3 or IATF, and any other spec that you want. I give you one advice, that if you are going to the very specific specifications, because for example we tested once for the very detailed welding procedures, sometimes ChatGPT is missing information. So in case of using very specific specification, the answer for it is to select a segment of the spec that you would like to understand, or try to create documents for it and paste to the ChatGPT in the context of the prompt. Okay, but in overall, for the, I would say 90% of the spec, ChatGPT, the newest model, work perfectly. First task, first example, you need to create the templates for quality policy and quality objective documents. So ChatGPT can do it for you. You just need to define the task, create templates for quality policy and quality objective documents ready to be completed by the organization, context, documents, templates for a quality management system compliant with ISO 9001. The company is manufacturing business with 100 employees producing metal products by machining. If you want to do it more specific, you need to put here more information about your company. Format: a procedure on a 1 A4 page, not overly detailed. The objectives should address every department of the company. Persona: quality documentation specialist. We'll give him some experience with 15 years of experience. Tone: formal, structured. Additional notes: these templates should be tailored to the size of the organization, the industry, customer requirements, specific processes, the organization structures. Okay, let's go. Of course, ChatGPT can prepare for you as well the quality policy and quality objectives, but to be honest, you need to prepare more data. You need to prepare context of the organization, risk analysis, and all the data that need to be done to prepare the quality policy and quality objectives. In my opinion, it could be sometimes very sensitive data, so it's better to have templates that you can use it, that you can share in the organization and work on it. So remember what I said in the previous lessons in the first module, to use ChatGPT for the things that can help you really on a daily basis. So we have it quality policy, and we have a quality objective documents. You can just copy to the Word. You have a template. Now you can move forward to do your quality objectives and quality policy together with management, I think. Okay, next step, how you can use ChatGPT for more information. Next one. Okay, right now a little bit more difficult example, because we start with a simple one. Explanation. ChatGPT explained very nice requirements for people who do not understand it. So now we will give more information to the ChatGPT to have specific answers in accordance to our company, to our manufacturing company. Explained point 8.7 of ISO 9001 standard control of non-conforming outputs for a beginner quality engineer. Context: a young engineer is trying to understand the requirements of the standard before implementation in a manufacturing plant. Responsible for the following production process: production of metal brackets with holes. And here we have a detailed process description, the next steps of the process: laser cutting process parameters, post-operation control, drilling holes process, etc., etc. And then we've got format. The explanation should include main idea of the standard point, practical examples, typical mistakes, compliance checklist, persona, experienced ISO auditor with 15 years of experience, educator, able to explain the topic in a vivid way in relation to the learner situation. So tone accessible, educational. Let's go. It's a perfect thing for newcomers, for the new engineers, for interns who try to understand the requirements, especially in regards to your manufacturing company, to your plant. They have examples, not theoretical, but to be honest, based on the current situation in your company. So, main ideas of the clause 8.7 focuses on identifying, controlling, and preventing the unintended use of delivery of non-conforming products that do not meet specific requirements in manufacturing. This means that if a metal bracket does not meet the requirements, dimension, hole position, or bending angles, he knows exactly what we are doing. It should be properly managed to prevent defective parts from reaching the customer. The company must establish procedures to identify non-conforming products, take appropriate actions, correction, segregation, rework, scrap, keep records on non-conformities, etc. So I will not read it for you everything. You can test it as well by yourself. But we have as well practical examples: non-conforming laser cut bracket, drilling holes out of position, incorrect bending, typical mistakes in managing non-conformity, lack of identification, no defined action plan, no records of manufacturings. Here we have a checklist as well: approval of rework, proper record keeping, prevention of repeated issues, and the conclusion. So we have a clear explanation, clear information about point 8.7 of ISO 9001, and as I said at the beginning, you can use it for any kind of spec, any kind of point of the spec, and try it, just use it. Okay, so for example, our colleague who is a young engineer right now need to prepare a presentation, need to prepare a training for the operators about non-conformity management, non-conformity control, and he needs advice from ChatGPT, and in my opinion ChatGPT could give him a very good advice. So for this kind of task, if you are working in the one subject, I suggest you to continue in the one chat, so he already has information about your company, about context, so you can move forward because these topics are connected. I prepared before this prompt. You will get it, of course, as in the course. So great, now I understand everything, but I need to prepare training for operators why control of non-conformities is important and why they should pay attention to it. Make the argumentations appeal to their interests and what they want to achieve. Context: operators over 50 years old, in average, low quality awareness. They are mainly interested in their work to complete the number of products and go home. They don't understand quality needs. They are afraid of admin mistakes. Persona: quality manager with 15 years of experience, great speaker and presenter, tone less formal and direct. Okay, move on. And we get, to be honest, each slide of a presentation in regards to our requirements and our situation and interests of the operators, because this is the best way to train them, to give them information that they will understand. Why are we talking about this? I know you are here to get the job done, meet the numbers and go home. You don't want extra paperwork or problems. But here's the deal. If we ignore quality issues, we all pay the price. What's happened when we let defective parts go? Customer complaints, extra work for you, blame, games and stress, job security at risk. How quality make your life easier? Spotting a problem early, less work. No surprises for the boss. Good work is respect. No last minute panic. What you can do. And go on and go on and go on. So you have a clear argumentations for your training, for your course for operators, to explain them why the non-conformity management is important. I think it's much better to present it in this way, and it's much quicker, of course, to prepare the training than to copy the segment of ISO 9001.8.7 and explain what is what the author have in the meaning preparing this point. Okay, so we move on. Right now we need a procedure of the non-conformity management. As we mentioned at the beginning, this young guy tried to implement the non-conformity management in the production area, so he definitely need a procedure. So we can use the same ChatGPT, which have already information, to get a procedure. But first of all, we need to say thank you, admire him that he did a good job. Phenomenal. Now please write an official non-conforming procedure control procedure. Phenomenal. Now please write an official non-conforming product control procedure for my production process. Include best practices from Toyota plant. Format: official procedure for manufacturing plant compliant with ISO 9001 requirements. Should include purpose of the procedure, scope of application, responsibilities, terminology, method of conduct, related documents, attachments, tone, official persona, quality documentation specialist with 10 years of experience. Move on. And in a minute, we will get a procedure which is compliance with ISO 9001, which is as well in regards to our process, to our company. Of course, we need to review it. At the end, we need to read it. We need to maybe correct some things, but 90% of work is done. And it is done as well with the best practice of Toyota, because we mention it in the prompt. This is how you can really improve your work, save a lot of time in quality management, especially with QMS, working with QMS. I speak too much sometimes, I'm sorry. Okay, so our procedure is done. It's quite nice. Please try it by yourself, exercise, make some tests with your ChatGPT, and I will right now give you another example how to use additional documents for your procedures in a few minutes. So you have procedures, and here we have documenting and reporting. Non-conforming products must be recorded in the non-conformance log, but we don't have it. So we just need to ask ChatGPT, please create separate form non-conformance log norm NCO1. And we even get the purpose instruction for use, and details, form, responsibilities, and as well attachment, corrective action request, root cause analysis template. And if you move on, you can create as well corrective actions request form, root cause analysis template. So it's much easier to create documents which are compliant with the QMS using ChatGPT. In the next lesson, I will give you much more examples about using ChatGPT in the QMS.